Hello and welcome to day 13 of the Kickstart Your Running in 21 Days project. Really hope you enjoyed day 12 and the Follow Your Dreams session, and already had some great feedback from a couple of people who have said that they really enjoyed doing that and then going out for a run. So thank you for your feedback on that. Today's session is all about goal setting. So it's following on from Follow Your Dreams. So a neat segue from the previous session. The idea behind this is that we are a goal-directed species. So as human beings, we are thankfully we've been given a gift that we have desires beyond just staying alive and eating and reproduction. That we actually have goals and desires that are way beyond what our evolution and the growth of the species has given us. So we're again pretty unique in that sense in terms of the other species on this planet. And but I do really see this as I said, as a gift that we've been given. And but we can get pretty hung up on goals, and also very disappointed about goals as well. So this session is going to be all about goal setting. And it also follows on very neatly. So yesterday I mentioned about Shalane Flanagan and her win in the New York City Marathon. And after that, hello Coco. After that, after her win in New York City in 2017, I wrote a feature about 5 things that Shalane did that we can learn from and use ourselves in terms of making sure that we actually achieve our own goals. Yeah. So today's session is going to be looking at those 5 factors that Shalane worked on and really helped her to achieve her goals. We'll be looking for to get you set up so that you can follow the same process, same thinking patterns, and achieve your goal as well. So the first factor is to write down your goals. It sounds like really obvious, but it actually makes a huge difference, and it's surprising how many of us keep our goals just up here in our heads, which is a great place to start with, but we also need to write them down as well. So what Shalane did was, in her intentions section in her training log, she wrote down 2 key goals. First was to win New York City Marathon. The second, so that's her kind of stretch goal. That was her, that was her dream goal. And then her second goal was place top 3 at New York City Marathon. And so obviously she did a really good job. But another part about writing down her goal and that particular goal in her training log was that every time she would revisit the intentions section of her training log, then she would see that again. And it would be a pretty consistent and constant reminder for her of what her goal, what her intention was. So it's really important to write down our goals. And here, just like Shalane did with writing down her goal, we need to keep it simple, direct, and realistic. Yeah. So that's very short. That's all it needs to say. And she didn't go into a lot of other explanation. It was just simple, direct, and realistic. And why should we do this? Well, apart from Shalane, then research has also shown that just writing down simple goals, just like Shalane did, actually increases your chance of achieving those goals by 42%, just by writing them down and then revisiting them on a regular basis. So that's a really good recommendation for write down your goals. The second factor is be relentless. Yeah, so Shalane waited 13 years to get her first major marathon win. And boy, was it sweet. I mean, she was like a flood of emotions as she crossed the finish line, and then afterwards in the post-race press conference, that it was just like she realized that it's pretty amazing to get to have a dream that takes that long to fulfill, and then you actually get to fulfill it. Fantastic. And number 3 is be ready to adapt. So 9 months before New York City Marathon, then Shalane was injured. She took a vacation. I think it was her first vacation for like 7 years in terms of interrupting training. But she also got into the pool. We was doing some pool running, so she adapted what she would normally do because of her injury. But that didn't stop her in terms of her achieving her goal. Yeah. So it's then that what helps there is the attitude that we bring towards whenever things crop up, and life inevitably happens. And so we do need to be flexible. We do need to be able to adapt and adapt to our situation. And as a result, then that doesn't mean that we lose sight of our goal. It just means that we maybe take a different perspective, different attitude. And number 4 is build a community. So Shalane was doing a really effective job with a women's running club, and she really built some incredible supportive other athletes. But part of what actually happened was that not only were the other athletes inspired by Shalane, but she was inspired by them as well. And so that kind of just elevated both sides of the equation, and was a real win-win situation. And we can always achieve far more with somebody else's help than we can just on our own. And I know that many of the athletes that I coach and work with have a really solid training partners or training group, and that really helps lift and elevate and really kind of launch you towards your goals. Then number 5 is follow your dreams. So exactly what we were saying yesterday, but the important part here is to visualize, to think about you achieving your dreams. Yeah? And that doesn't mean just like hanging a medal around your neck, actually finishing a race, but it's also the process of how you get there. So that's a really important part of the visualization or imagery process, is not just getting to the end, but it's also the process, the things you need to do in order to get to that end, to that final to actually achieve your goal. So for today's activity, I'd like you to pick one of those 5 factors that Shalane used to help her achieve her goal in New York City in 2017. So just a reminder, here are the 5 factors again. Number 1 is write down your goals. Number 2 is be relentless. Number 3 is be ready to adapt. Number 4 is build a community. And number 5 is follow your dreams. So what I'd like you to do is think about a particular goal that you have, and then pick one of those 5 factors, and then once you've done that, then just hold that thought. And what we're going to do now is get ready to get relaxed. So as usual, make sure your phone ringer is turned off. You're in a situation you're pretty sure you're not going to be disturbed, and find a comfortable spot, maybe on a sofa like I am here, or a chair, or a place on the floor, or maybe your bed. And then just start now to get yourself comfortable, and then we can get relaxed. And then once you're ready, once you're comfortable, we're going to start by taking 3 big deep breaths again. and then we're going to allow your breathing to just return to normal. And at the same time, then just allow your eyes to gently close. And then focus on your breathing and start to count each in-breath as 1, each out-breath as 1, count up to 10, and then start over again, and just cycle through that 4 or 5 times. And just notice as your body gets more and more relaxed that you notice your body sinking into the chair or the floor or the bed or whatever you're on. It's a wonderful feeling to notice your body relaxing. And now bring into your attention, into your imagination, the one factor that you picked out from those 5 earlier. And what I'd like you to do now is to think of how focusing on this one particular factor would actually impact your ability to achieve whatever goal it is that you have. And then imagine now that you're already in process with this factor. So you're already introduced it, you're actually using it and helping it move you towards your goal, whatever that is. And imagine now that you're at the threshold. You're literally just at the edge of achieving whatever your goal is. Yeah, so you've used this factor, you've really focused on this factor, and you've worked through, you've processed through, and you're actually now at the threshold of this dream, of this goal. And just notice what a difference it's made for you focusing on this factor, and just notice what happens in terms of how you feel about yourself. Notice how you're carrying yourself, how you're thinking, how you're talking to other people, what you're doing in terms of sharing your process and your pride in terms of moving towards this goal. Your goal is literally within reach. You can almost touch it. It's just there in front of you. You can smell it, maybe. You can taste it. You can hear it. Maybe you're getting a warmth from actually achieving the goal. You're feeling some heat. Maybe you're really aware that you're really excited. You're emotional. You're really happy. Things look wonderful, colorful, bright. Everything is amazing. And now, take a step forward, at least in your mind. And so you've now achieved your goal. You have realized your objective, whatever that was. And you've now reached your pinnacle, your goal. Congratulations. Notice how amazing this feels. How incredible you feel, and the elation and the emotions and maybe tears or laughter or big smiles or big beaming warm hugs, whatever it is, all of these things that go with actually achieving your goal. And now I'd like you to, at least in your imagination, take a turn around. So do a 180 and then look back behind you and just notice how incredible it was, what a difference it made to focus on this one factor that then helped you achieve your goal. And notice what investment you had to make to get to this place. And then you realize how much value this investment returned. Your ROI was like off the charts. Yeah? You're in an amazing place. You feel so proud of yourself. And this is a really good time to remember that what a difference this focusing on this one factor made. And then you're going to do this again. Yeah? You're going to learn from this experience and make sure you introduce this for the next time you focus on a goal. So now just spend a minute or two thinking about how much you've achieved, how far you've come, how you've kind of lifted the lid off your running, and it's just amazing how much you can achieve when you actually focus and move in a positive way towards whatever goal it is that you set for yourself. And now bring your attention back to the present, and we're going to take 3 deep breaths as usual. And then, whenever you're ready, just gently open your eyes and take a stretch as you bring your attention back into the room or wherever you are. So, congratulations on completing day 13. Really hope you enjoyed that session. I'm going to include in the email a link to the feature that I wrote about the 5 factors that helped Shalane Flanagan achieve her goal at New York City Marathon. So look out for that link in the email. And remember to make any notes from today's activity, from today's session, that are going to be useful to you in terms of for you to refer back to. And what a difference that can make in terms of helping you with your goal setting. So thank you for coming this far on the journey with us. We've got 8 more sessions after today. So looking forward to working more with you. And congratulations. Look out for day 14 coming your way soon, actually tomorrow. And thank you so much. Keep the faith. You're doing a great job.